Hey everybody, welcome to Secret Animals. Today we are going to go over Mustang horse breed. Make sure you watch until the end because you should know all the Mustang features. Mustang has elevated sense of self-preservation. It's what keep them safe and also make them unique. They are more observant of thing on the around of tail. How this breed evaluate? More than 400 years ago, Spanish explorer voyaged to the America bringing select Iberian horse stock. Breeding farm raised tough, strong and beautiful horses over generations. Stock was traded, stolen or escaped because of wild hunt of North America. Some of the wild Mustangs roamed near ranchers or cavalry who would introduce a large stallion such as thoroughbred or Tennessee walking horse into the herd into an attempt to increase the horse's sizes. Later, their offspring would be rounded up, trained for use on ranches of military as well. In the wild field, the original Liberian blood was diluted. However, the dilution didn't occur in some geographical isolated, with a herd of wild mustang domestically by Native Americans. Each tribe zealously guarded their horses and kept detailed pedigree oral and return. The horses that retained significant Iberian blood have been known as the original Indian horse or a Spanish mustang and are now called as a colonial Spanish horses. With the passing 71 wild free roaming horses and brought 47 million acres of public land were assigned to support wild horses and herd management areas. William and the rare insurers of US Forest Services were charged with managing HMA and the wild mustang that called them home. Since then, more than 220,000 wild horses and nearly 37,000 wild burros have been removed from HMA, and one or two of HMAs have been BLM terms zeroed out, empiled wild horses and burros. Top wild horses specialist at the Bureau Urgent BLM officer revealed that the years of agency hopes to reduce the number of wild horses and burros of 24,000 sustainable number of the remaining HMS. We hope with the 6,000 to 10,000 animals gathered annually and the same number of adoption every year, the target population will be stable and healthy. Today, the number of wild mustang and burros living in government holding pens exceeding the number run free from their home range. According to the recent statistics issued by the Bureau of Land Management Program Office in Rio and Nevada, there's estimated 27,000 horses and burro living in herd management area in Westline, living in BLM, capacity awaiting adoption, anticipating. Nancy Carson from BLM Wild Horse and the Bureau volunteer creator of the Mustang 4 online gathering ground Mustang enthusiastically. Mustangs are incredibly intelligent. Not that domestic hosts necessarily lack of intelligence, but Mustang just have a depth, complexity, as well as what the lack of better word I will call wisdom than the other horses say. They are more interesting to work with for that reasons. Cousin believes Mustangs that have spent time on open range of functioning herd make especially good trail horses. Until being captured, their everyday life was endurance ride and trail ride and averaging 18 or more miles per day. They know where their feet are and they don't want to get hurt. That serves their sharp footed and their ability to make sense of movement, sight, sound, and speed along the trail rival on the best mules in my experience. Another advantage of wild Mustang point out that they are used to living by their wits and their ability to read other animals' intentions. As a result, they are absolutely masters of reading people. Mustangs are capable of bonding very deeply to their human, just as in the wild they bonded to their herdmates. Once they trust you and bond with you, it goes very deep. He has uncanny ability to sense my feeling. He will come to dead stop if the thought just crosses my mind and will not be something it feels I'm not comfortable doing it. Common Dio and her husband Mike adopted the first Mustang in 2002 while they were in the process of moving from Austin to Texas to north-south Mexico. Mike didn't ride at that time, but Cameron Missy Foxtrotter had sound problems, so she needed a horse to ride in the mountain. One day Cameron was browsing through the BLM website when she found Cuero and the couple of purchases of Mustangs who then quickly bonded with the Mike. I never would thought of a green rider first horse should be Mustang, but those are perfect pair and are learning together. I have no doubt that the Curero will be one of the wonderful trail horses who will absolutely take care of his rides due to the special relationships. After falling in love with Curero, Carmen found Curzon in 2003 Western States, Wild Horse and Burro Express in Nevada. The couple now own 4 Mustangs. Each one is completely different, yet that humbling trust is there with all of them. These horses know how to take care of themselves and you in the process. The natural athleticism and self carriage is what we spend years trying to develop in domestic horses who are destined for dragons. Our Mustangs, beautiful bears whose carriers confidently over terrain that honor of short domestic horses, tell us in the too dangerous to be traveled, and they do it with the contagious eagerness to see what around the next bluff on the band. Trailblazing is nothing for them, and no matter where and how far you go, you can always trust them to get you safely back home again. Once you have created a bond with Mustang, there is nothing else in the world like it. Carmen continued, the absolute trust on both sides is beyond anything and I ever experienced in my entire history with the horses. On mental trail is tough cowboy style, breaking a much gentle approach. Animals as a partner. He began offering his training service to BLM in 98. They sent horses from 6 to 18 years old, which is oldest I have started. Today, Mental Ounce operates wild horses adoption and training center in Wheatland, Wyoming, and travel through the country giving gentle horsemanship cleaning using Mustang as a training model. He also uses Mustang on his family large Colorado Dew Ranch and hunting trips. During hunting season, I use these horses as a pack string for a 25-man pack in hunting camp. I did pack them with eggs, lantern, fuel, anything breakable, since they wouldn't hit tree and were a lot more perceptive than its typical domestic horses. The Mustang has elevated sense of self-preservation. It's what keep them also make them unique. They are more observant of things on and around the trail. Some people who don't gentle their Mustang will call that bad behavior, but actually it's a super trait that benefit both horses and rider. They won't end up in bogue, they aren't going to step in a hole, and most likely won't end up banging your knees against a tree or other object. If you allow the horse to do his thing and have taken the time to put on good foundation and gentle him, you will come back time and time again to use the Mustang. Generally, the younger horses are easier and it will be for him to adjust the domestic life. Organization horses in holding pens by age and gender. They are of course exceptional to the rule and many other horses have been adopted quite successfully. Seek out people who have adopted Mustang and learn from their experience. Develop a network of mentors. Be patient. Most wild Mustang had suffered the trauma of helicopter roundup and separation from their herd. They have exchanged life in the wild of life in holding a pen. Note that the Mustangs are generally and forgiving by nature. Time, love, and hands-on caring can heal many wounds. Please subscribe to our channel and click on bell icon so you cannot miss any new video launch. Thank you.